Hey, thank you for joining my channel again. This is going to be an install on the Voswitch JL300 on my Jeep Rubicon Gladiator. So this guy right here, this beautiful relay switch system from Voswitch is going in the Jeep today. And I can't wait, I'm very excited. Again, 6 different switches that you can run stuff off auxiliary. It's gonna be awesome. You don't even need that much to do this. Basically you need your 10mm, right there, 10mm socket to take off the one bolt to align this, and then Voswitch gives you an M6, I believe, which is gonna be the other bolt on the other side of the switch platform. That'll hold it all down in place. And just to add to some of those tools as well, not just a 10mm socket, but also a 7mm and a 5.5mm socket, a plastic pry tool as well, and an extender for your socket, just to help take apart that dash. There's also a grommet that you've got to use, that you got to pull out. Well, that I did anyways. Up here in Canada, we don't like to touch anything, because when you touch it, it rusts. Because in the instructions it was talking about folding down the windshield. I don't want to do that. So I just found where the grommet was that goes into the bottom of the Jeep, and I pulled it out, pair of pliers, drilled a hole in it, put it back, and I made a little quick video to show you, just in case you were like me and you had no idea where the heck the hole was going into your actual Jeep from the engine bay. So without further ado, here's this quick little video to show you how to do the grommet, how to find it, and how to drill it out, and then we will do the install. Thanks for watching. So there is the grommet right there, right underneath that silver tape. Seems that every Jeep is different, but this is a 2021 Gladiator, so I need to make a hole in there for the Voswitch, sort of like the one lead, the power lead that runs the switch, needs to go through there. Okay, so this is the grommet that I took out of my Jeep. So let's see if I can get a really good shot of it. The light is playing games with it here. This guy here, okay. So at any rate, this guy here just basically pops in and pops out. At first I didn't know what the heck to do with it to get it out, and then I just grabbed a pair of pliers, and you just grab onto one of these right here. All I do is just grab onto it and just tug it, boom boom, it came out nice and easy. And now comes the hard part. The hard part is I have to drill through the center of this to accommodate this size right here. So I don't know if you can see that. So I'll have to be drilling through here. Man, video stuffing is hard. Okay, so I kind of drill like through here. So I'll start off small, and then I'll go with a larger drill bit, and then I'll probably silicone that part once it's done. All right, so we're gonna just start off with a smaller drill bit and just keep going. Okay, that went through very easy. I don't want to break that, but that. All right, this is going to be a 1/2 inch. Let's get this guy in here. Not so pretty. I'll clean that up in exact way, just see if this goes through. Yep, okay. Okay, much better. All right, so there it is. No problem. Perfect. There we go. Okay, so before you put this thing back on there, there's this cool little like, it's a cable holder. So I pulled one off here, And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to run my existing one through here. Right, because there's enough room for two. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to close it. So there you go, that's one on. And we'll get this one on as well. I don't know if you can see this one. Not really, but I'm putting it on. I'm not lying. There we go. All right. Okay, just so you can see what I've done there. You should have these in your JL or JT. I just kind of opened these up and ran these wires through there, just so it's cleaner going into the, I don't know if you can see that right in there. I gotta put some silicone on that, but that's what the wire goes into. Right in there. All right, let's get this guy back on here. All right, so now with that wire properly tucked away here, we can put this on. We can kind of pull that wire a little bit more. There we go. Pull that as well. There we go. Beautiful. That's the M6. That's the M6 that was provided from Voswitch. Get that finger started, and then look at the one that I ripped the paint off with my impact driver. We'll get this back on. So note to self again, do not use an impact driver. Okay. There we go. Just snug it up, you don't want to be too crazy tight. There we go. That is going nowhere. Alright, let's undo this and get the power lead to the battery. And we'll also get the ground here. And the keyed ignition one over there as well. We'll run it with both of them here. Alright, I'm going to zip tie the ground and the power together here. Let's do it loosely. And then what I'll do is I'll put like a plastic sheath around it. There we go. Alright, so this is tucked. Perfect. Alright, first bolt off. Alright, so let's move it along here. Let's get this other one off here, this other bolt. So I can run the wires underneath it so it's a bit clean, more clean. Quick. Let it go. There we go. These bolts back on in place. Finger tighten, of course, before you use your socket. And make sure they're all nice and tight. Okay, so far I've run it and zip tied it. Looks pretty clean. Went through here for the ground and the auxiliary power, which I'm not going to do. I just like cut the end off it and then just really electrical taped it so it's safe. And then I'm going to run everything else first, then I'll come back and do that and hook the ground up. I'm reading that you should use this for the ground, but I'm like, there's a ground like right here that I'm already using. I don't know. I'll figure it out, and that of course goes through power. So let's go do the inside, then we'll come back and finish off with this. Okay, something just dropped out. There we go. There we go. Alright, so using your like plastic pry tool, we're just going to take off this guy right here. I've taken this dash off I don't know how many times now. So there we go, so we take this off. And we're just going to pop that guy off. And we're just gonna pop this guy off. There we go. Put that in the back seat. Alright, so using a 7mm with an extension, we're just gonna take this guy off. Just one bolt. There we go. Throw it in the cup holder. And then this is just gonna just use a pry tool maybe. Give us a little bit of help here. There we go. Alright. Yikes, there we go. Okay. So now we've got this off, we have to get these off. This is going to be a 5mm. Sorry, 5.5mm. Okay. Okay, so there's 4 of those 5.5mm bolts. You take that off, take that tray out, and I'll replace it with the new Voswitch switch. Alright, so there's the switch. Let's put this guy in the same spot that the last one just came out of. We'll finger tighten all these, of course. We don't want to strip this plastic at all. That would suck. So far I've broke a part of my nail off and cut my finger doing this install. But you know what? It's the price you gotta pay to do upgrades on your Jeep yourself. It's part of the fun, right? Part of oh, okay. Alright, so you're only using 3. I'm stupid, I didn't realize that. You're just using 3 of the bolts to go back in. That's weird. Okay. Let's just start this off here. This guy. I love how you like kind of figure things out as you go. I guess I should have looked at the instructions. I'm just kidding. I looked at them a little bit. so now I've got those tightened down a lot more. Let's go back to the wrench. And as you get to the tight part here, you want to slow her down a bit. Got ATVs driving around here everywhere. Spring is definitely in the air. So again, you're just gonna cinch this down. You don't want to over tighten it because it's plastic. So just cinch it down here, that's it. Okay. Alright, so that's the 3 bolts. Crazy. So it only needs 3 bolts, not 4. I guess they just couldn't fit the arm in there, but anyways, there we go. Now comes the other part where now I've got to like run the cable from underneath here, which is already inside my vehicle. I'll run it up and I'll put the camera over there so you can see what I'm doing. Alright, so that was pretty simple to run that wire. I'll show you afterwards, but so basically you're coming through this back portion right here. I'm just going to run it through right there. There's a huge gap right there. So let's just put this together. You're going to line it up again. There's a bit of a notch right there at the bottom. So we'll just make sure the notch lines up. There we go. And then we'll turn that so it's completely sealed. That's the way it needs to be. Let's put this back in here. Okay. We'll grab that wire. Get some of the slack out of this wire. Alright. There we go. Okay. Oh. All right. There we go. All right, so let's take our bolt here, our 7mm bolt. Let's just hand tighten that in here. Okay. That wire's not caught anything. Perfect. Okay. You don't want to over tighten this though. So make sure it's just snug. There we go. Not super tight. There we go. So we're in like flint. Okay. All right. Make sure you put these in correctly. You want to hear a click. There we go. We'll go in from this side first. Make sure that everything is notched in nicely. I've literally taken this thing off so many freaking times. There we go. Alright. There we go. So we're in there. And then we're going to run this through, get it nice and taut, and I'll put the extra wire inside the cabin. Okay, so I'm going to put this on the ground I've already got set up here. I know they want you to put it on the actual battery, but I don't really want to do that. I'd rather have things grounded right to the body. Put that on by hand. Oh. Okay. Tighten it back on. There we go, that's nice and taut. Let's just take that extra wire. We'll just put that back in there for now. I'll zip tie that later so it looks pretty. Alright. Okay, and that's going to be a larger size. Okay, so I didn't video it, I'm sorry, but all I did was I put the positive onto the middle one. Wish I'd videoed that for you. And I just ran it through the back end. See like that hole right there. I'll do something with that. Maybe I'll stick it down there. I'll do something, but so that's that. Now the moment of truth. Let's take this off here and we'll go right inside the truck. Okay, so moment of truth. I've got everything done. All the power's on there. Let's just see if this works. Oh yeah, we have power. Beautiful. Now I just gotta tuck that extra wire back inside the cab, zip tie it down, and we're done. All right, so what I've done is I'm not going to put it in the engine bay. I'm going to I zip tied it up there in a bundle, and I'm going to zip tie that up underneath the dash here, and then I'll put that thing back on, the dash piece underneath the steering wheel. Okay, so I've just kind of put it up over in here on that beam, and then I'm going to put the other thing back on, and we're going to be good here. There we go. Okay, so it's all hooked up now. So that's your ground and your trigger wire, which I've zip tied to the main power wire. And I hooked them into, there's like two little things right there, as you saw, so those are hooked into those, and then zip tied. I removed that, of course, as you saw, and zip tied that across like that. All the way across the back engine cabinet. And what I've done is I zip tied it to here as well. And I just I try to keep it away from the engine bay as best I could, so there's no heat on that. And then I just let this loose so that I can still access this ground. This just moves out of the way, so it's not bad. And I just put those through here. Yeah, it's pretty, actually I could have put them through here too, but it's all good. And then again, just the power wire to there, of course, and I know they said not to, but I grounded the ground to there. It just made more sense, just easier. There we go. I'll show you the inside again. Maybe a little dark now to see because it's getting later in the night here, but that's it all done. I think it looks pretty darn good. Went all together pretty good. Yep, all together it was actually pretty simple. There we go. Pretty simple. Pretty darn simple. I can't wait to use these. I've got some lights I'm going to hook up, so we'll get that done as soon as possible, and I'll make a video of that as well. But if you liked this quick little install video, please like and subscribe. And thank you for watching yet another horrible video by yours truly. Thanks very much. Have a great day.